Hey guys, welcome to the Air Patriot. Today's review will be over multiple Prism optics. Let's get right into it. All right, so we have multiple optics here we want to try out today with a 223 ballistic. We got a Steyr AUG here, Austrian-made gun, bullpup. What we have today, and this is kind of something I didn't think I'd ever want to do, but a review essentially on the Trijicon ACOG. This is the TA33 3x30. You always hear good things about these. They're bomb-proof. They're great. And then there's also this thing right here, which looks like a 4x32 ACOG, but this is actually a Chinese model make with a piggyback RMR, also Chinese made. The whole purpose of this was to bring it out and see how well it performs with the real ACOG. I still have not yet tested it with this. And then on top of it, I also just got this from Primary Arms. This is their GLx 2X Prism. Really good glass. It's supposed to be kind of like a knockoff of an ACOG, and kind of just wanted to compare these three different optics and then also kind of see what the benefits are versus something like a holographic red dot with a magnifier, and why I would choose one over the other based off of what my findings are at the end of this. So we'll go ahead and get started. All right, so we got the fake ACOG on here. I believe this is a Pinty brand name. I got it off eBay. Again, it comes with a piggyback RMR. We're gonna go ahead and shoot it.
Hit.
Let's move on. Three for three there. Let's go all the way to the right. I'm just using the tip of the chevron here. It looks like it's already. Oh, it's pretty good. So I just went 4 for 4 there with this fake COG, I guess you would call it. I'm actually really impressed. I was not expecting it to be so dead on or hold zero. I didn't even really Loctite any of these things. Let me make sure this is tight. It's still held on really tight right now. Still really good. I mean, if you're looking at this right now, let me put my safety on here. We'll pop the mag. And I don't know if we can get the bullet out, but if you can still see, and I don't know if we can show you guys kind of just what it looks like through here. I mean, if you can get a visual of that, you see that little chevron reticle. It's actually quite good looking. It's not daylight bright, but it is pretty good. I mean, it does stand out. And it's got the little hash marks on there for the different range. Again, here's the RMR. I'll power this thing on really quick so you can kind of get a visual of that. Should power on. Hopefully this Chinese made handles that recoil. I don't see it powering on, so I may have to check the battery on this. But I mean, for what I got right here on this Steyr AUG compared to some of these other optics, I'm pretty impressed. I'll go ahead and try some of these other ones next. We'll probably go with the Primary Arms next. As you guys know, we did try this. We did finally get the RMR light to turn on. It's not super daylight bright, but it's functional for the price. I mean, $100, I can't beat a fake ACOG with an RMR piggyback, and it's dead on every time I'm hitting. So I'm not complaining. But I will get into further detail later. So the Primary Arms GLx 2X Prism, great optic. I think brand new. They're like $369 from Primary Arms. You can get them with a coupon code for 10 to 20% off, whatever. But what this is essentially an ACOG, but a much more affordable and good glass quality. So I can already tell you right now that the glass is nice. So we're gonna go ahead and try this at 100 yards to see how we do with it. We'll go with the dirt mound first. Tip of the chevron.
I'd like to check how it does at 300.
Let's go for the center targets here. We're gonna try some brass ammo. I haven't been treating my Steyr AUG the best. I've been kind of shooting a lot of Wolf dirty steel, but that's okay. It can handle it. I'm an AK guy. All right, so I think I'm just going a little bit low. Okay, yep, I am. All right, there we go. Yeah, Primary Arms, pretty solid optic. I probably don't have it perfectly sighted in, but just for purposes, just to understand the quality, actually, if you don't mind, I want to show you the reticle on here. So we'll compare this, just so you can kind of get an idea. I do not have it on right now. To turn it on, though, we can do that really quick here. We'll try to go daylight bright. You can kind of see there, it's pretty red. It's got a nice little horseshoe reticle, ACSS reticle there. Pretty solid overall. I like it. All right, so we just finished up doing the fake ACOG and the Primary Arms GLx 2X. Now we have the actual real deal. This is the Trijicon ACOG. This is the TA33-C. This has the green horseshoe 223 ballistic reticle on it. It's very tritium bright. It's like my first observation on it was how bright it was. And I have it on the 80M quick detach mount. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a few shots, just see if I can get this sighted in right away. And then just kind of give you my general observation on what I feel this is compared to something like a third of the price or even a tenth of the price. So we'll go ahead and give this a go. All right, safety off.
Cheaper to buy it than it's reload right now.
Oh, probably should help if I rack the gun. We go long range.
Almost.
Not bad, actually, dude. I kind of like this. And I'll have some closing thoughts really quick on this. So, again, you know, I try not to justify the full price of the optic. I mean, you know, $1,200 brand new. You can get them used on the forums. You know, I got this one used on the forums for like $700. It's just the fast acquisition. Like, I love the tritium bright green horseshoe. I know tritium doesn't last forever, but you know, the only way for you to know is to actually see it. And I like to give everybody a viewpoint of what I'm talking about here. But you can kind of see just how bright that is. I mean, it's a fairly bright day out here. I know it's a little bit of an overcast, but it's still a bright overcast day, and that green reticle just stands out. It's hard for me to say this. I mean, I know for the price point, you know, it's hard denying it, right? I mean, you spend like $369 here, you know, twice the price for this, you know, used. And then I got the fake hog over here, which I got from eBay for probably $150. No, not even. $120 probably shipped. Got the piggyback armor. You can faintly see that red dot. And then this tritium here, this red chevron, it's not bad. It's just not bad for the price. I don't know. I'll let you guys make your decision there, but that's what I got. Thanks for watching. So today, we have a variety of different optics, specifically Prism optics that I wanted to kind of share with everybody. And the whole purpose of me making these videos is not so much for likes or views or subscriptions. It's really because I think a lot of us, the majority of us gun lovers, or I guess enthusiasts you could call them, just really want to have fun, enjoy it, being able to go out there without breaking the bank. And especially in times like today where things are really expensive, it's really nice to find cost alternative solutions. I don't know if this video is going to have you walking away thinking, wow, I just saved a bunch of money, or man, he made a point for something of high value. I'm not really sure how you will perceive it, but I'm going to give you the most unbiased, honest opinion I can of what my opinion was of each optic, and we'll just go from there. So today I took actually several guns out to the range. I primarily used my Steyr AUG as the constant, and the variables, I had 3 different optics I tested out. The main 3 I tried were, of course, the Primary Arms. This is the ACSS reticle. And this one is for the caliber ballistics, I should say, 5.56, 308, and 5.45 by 39. For those who don't know, it's the AR-15 caliber, 308, which is AR-10, and 545 by 39, which is AK-74. The other optic I did try, and I don't know if I can show you guys. I may have gotten a good visual on the range when I was out shooting today, which you will see in the video. This is kind of what it looks like here, and you can kind of see it's pretty bright. I mean, it's a really bright horseshoe. You won't be able to see the lines very well, but the ballistic drop for further range is also calibrated onto the lens. It's an etched lens. So that's just a brief intro. I'll get back into that a little bit more. So this is kind of what drove me to actually do the video. Was I was on eBay and I saw this fake ACOG. It's the fake TA31 4x32. It's got the fake T51 mount. It's not perfect by any means, but it's pretty darn good looking. It's a little heavy, I'll be honest. And it also has a piggyback RMR on the back, which also works. Kind of decent. So, first impressions, you know, I've always wanted to get an ACOG. I always wanted to try the Prism. I want to know what the whole, you know, what's the craze about? Why does everybody want an ACOG? Why does everybody want to spend a ridiculous amount of money for an optic that, if anything, costs as much or more than the gun that you're shooting? And then I came across this, which was like $100, shipped to my door. The reticle, I don't know if you can see it from here, it is not the best eye relief in the world, but you can kind of see that red chevron without the glare coming off of it. It's fairly decent, I'll be honest. It's not the worst thing in the world. And that was actually my first impression, you know, wow, it's not so bad. Until, of course, I did try this, which is the Trijicon ACOG. This is the TA33-C. This has the green horseshoe reticle, 223 ballistic, of course, and it's just the 3x30. I don't know if I said the magnification, but, you know, made in USA. You can't beat something like this. The glass on here is it's just so good. I mean, you can just see the clarity, right? Even from right here, you can see that clarity. You can see that green horseshoe is just real bright tritium. So this is kind of what happened. I was sitting on the forums. I came across the Trijicon ACOG. This is a used one. I think it was like $750. I think like 2 years old. So the tritium is obviously still pretty good. I said, let me take a shot. Let me see what the craze is about, and I will test it out. And in the same week, I purchased one of these bad boys, which is the fake COG, I should call it. I believe the brand is Pinty, but I could be wrong. There's a lot of different makers out there right now. And then, of course, the Primary Arms GLx 2X Prism. So I'll get into the details of each. All right, here we go. So the Primary Arms, I'm going to start with this one first. This one I kind of had some high expectations for. And to be honest with you, it's actually a really good optic. And I'm just going to say that right off the bat. It just seems like it's really well built, really high quality. I know Primary Arms kind of has a knack for things being made in China, or, you know, I don't know where this one says. It says it's designed in Houston, made in China. You know, I can't knock on it because it is just pretty decent quality. I mean, the glass is fairly good. I really liked it. The reticle is very bright. It says it's got N1, N2, so I'm assuming this does have night vision options for those who are curious. You know, I guess you can say the windage and the elevation knobs, pretty decent. They work pretty well. Very responsive too when I was sighting it in. It was almost automatic when I got it sighted in. You know, I like the optic. It just, and I think this is what I'm trying to do here, is that when you think about long-term and longevity of an optic, you want to think about something that's going to last you the long run, right? You want to make sure you get the best bang for your buck. Maybe I should start equipping most of my rifles with optics that are etched reticles. So etched meaning that the glass already has the lines etched into it, and it does have the feature to light up, which is nice. And to me, I think that's a feature that I personally prefer. I know a lot of people like the fast dot acquisition in a red dot or a holographic sight, to each their own, and it's true. You probably will acquire a target maybe slightly faster. Pretty sure I saw a chart like on average between several different people, between target acquisition with a Prism scope like a Trijicon and then an EOTech. And yes, the EOTech was faster, but we're talking like millitenths, or I'm sorry, like thousandths of a second, difference. So, millitenths, I don't know what I'm saying there. Anyway, so yeah, this was a great optic. I just, for $369 from Primary Arms website, you can get coupons from their site, like 15-20% off. It's just, you cannot beat the quality for the price, especially, for what this is going to give you. You just, you expect something good, you get something good. Great optic. I was actually really impressed. Now, I will actually go to the Trijicon ACOG. So, we'll save this for last. The ACOG is, I mean, you hear the reputation that it has, and I think that's what drew my curiosity to this thing. And it is great. I mean, I'm not going to say that it's not. For those who've ever shot one before or never shot one before, I highly recommend you trying it. It is just so clean, very nice reticle, very bright, good tritium, very light. I have an ADM quick detach mount on here, but even the windage elevation, like, I love this right here. You don't need a tool, it's just a turn click knob. I mean, just little things like that I just can really appreciate in a well-made optic. Again, made in USA, we love that. I mean, we want to support things made in this country. I mean, again, I think I mentioned, like, I don't even know how much it weighs. I know it weighs less than 6 or 7 ounces, which is really light, and that's without the mount. And if you think about that, it feels like nothing. I had this on my AUG, and I just was hitting boom, boom, boom. I think I hit 5 straight targets in a row, about at 100 yards distance, no problem, like little 6-inch, 8-inch plates. And I had no issues with it. So, is it worth the price point? I'm going to be honest. Again, this is my own personal opinion. If I were to buy this, I would do it the way I just did, which is off the forums. I would buy a used ACOG that's maybe no more than 2 or 3 years old, in very good condition, that you can get for a very discounted price. I'm saying like 30% off, right? I can't justify spending $1,200 on an optic, but I know many people can. And that's okay. That's, that's your money, your budget. Do as you wish. You are entitled to do that. I personally would like to spend a lesser amount and have this ability to try other optics and see where I feel the most comfortable. And to be honest, I came in this thinking that one of these optics was going to outperform the ACOG, and I don't know if that was the case. I just cannot say it was. The ACOG is what it is. It's a great optic. It's been battle proven for decades. You've got your other competitors out there. You can still do your holographs with a magnifier, which are very popular. You got your Vortex Hueys, your Holosuns, your EOTechs. But, I mean, for the simplicity and just the ability to be able to hit short distance, long distance, and the weight distribution, I mean, I don't see many things being that much better than a Prism. And I know Prisms are kind of dying out. You got your LPVOs coming into the market, are pretty hot right now, and Sig Tango got a big contract with the military, but I am actually impressed. I had low expectations, and I came in very impressed, and I think that's what made me actually like it more. So I actually might keeping this. I don't know yet for sure. We'll see. We'll set that off to the side. And last but not least, maybe it is least, is the fake COG. This thing was, to be honest with you, almost dead on when I mounted it on my Steyr AUG. I mean, I literally mounted it, and it took almost barely any adjustment on the windage or elevation. I had to do a little tweaking on it, which is not bad. I had a flathead. I think it was a flathead that I used. Yeah, flathead on here, and just a couple tweaking, a few MOAs, and it was dead on. 100 yards out, I was hitting targets, no problem. 6-inch, 8-inch plates. Really, really good. Now, you are going to be like, well, what's the difference? Okay, this is $100, right? And this was brand new, $100 with the piggyback RMR, fake piggyback RMR. And this right here was like $700 or $750 used. These are $1,200. So technically, if you really want to think about it in comparison, it's like 1/10 of the price. So I can buy 10 of these for one of these. I don't think this has night vision capability. I do think this does, and I believe this Primary Arms does. Now, if you're like me, you have nods, you want to go shoot under night vision, you know, then yeah, that's a nice feature that you can have there. I'll have to eventually make some videos doing that. The glass clarity, I mean, for $100 optic, I wanted to find reasons to complain, and I just couldn't. I mean, it's not an ACOG glass clarity, nor is it even Primary Arms. But for the value of what you're getting and just being able to take this to the range, honestly, I was so impressed. I mean, I can't say that I was disappointed. I mean, I thought about like, oh, would I want to return this? No, I can't. I mean, for $100, something goes wrong, this is great just to take to the range, to have some fun. You know, you got your little RMR on here. I don't know if you guys can see, but the RMR lights up too. Oh, just pointing at my face. Let me put my hand behind it. Yeah, there you go. You can see it's not very faint. I don't have it on all the way, but it's right there. You can see that. I mean, it's fairly decent. I don't have it on the brightest setting either. Let me turn that off. But the glass, like, it says it's anti-fog. It says it's nitrogen purged. It came in this little box right here. 4x32 fiber optic sight. You know, pretty decent ballistic reticle. I liked it with the little red chevron. You know, nifty little box, whatever. It's cheap plastic box. Came protected with little foam and stuff. I mean, it's cool. I can't get upset. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is my general review. I'm trying to think of anything else I may have missed that would stand out. I mean, the weight is a little bit heavier. I mean, significantly heavier. But like on a rifle like an AUG, you're not going to feel that weight because the gun's so balanced anyway, and this is sitting so back. Oh, I will mention the eye relief is nowhere near as good as the ACOG. Now, the ACOGs advertise, I think, like 1.9 or something like that. But I'm pretty sure my eyes were like 3 inches off at least, and I still had very clear picture of the glass. No problems whatsoever. I can almost say the same thing for the Primary Arms. Very decent eye relief. I was very impressed. This one, I mean, luckily the AUG has a rail that goes all the way back to the buttstock, so I'm able to keep a good cheek weld into there where my brass deflector is still deflecting. I'm not having to worry about anything hitting me in my face. But you do have to get a little bit closer to this. I would say about an inch, inch and a half. Inch and a half, I think, is more appropriate. But you're a little bit more closer. And the glass clarity is not quite there. But all in all, $100. Yeah, if you guys are looking for a fun range gun, optic, this is one for you. Just remember, you want it on a 223 rifle. That's what these ballistics are, or ballistic, I guess you should say the ballistic reticle and the etched reticles on here for the windage and elevation is what it's designed for. So I don't think you want to go below a 14.5-inch barrel, although you can. I mean, whatever, it starts to get finicky. I know some of these, the way the original optics were designed, the rifle is designed around the optic rather than the optic designed around the rifle. So that's always good to keep in mind. But in the end, you know, if it's coming down to like a shit hit the fan situation or I'm going to defend my family, yeah, I mean, it can get the job done. I would have no questions that, you know, you would have no problem acquiring. Would it be my first option? I don't know. I don't think so. You know, I'd be really comfortable using the Primary Arms, and I'd be definitely very comfortable with just how fast I was able to do target acquisition with the Trijicon ACOG. I hope you guys found this video as informative and insightful as I did. I went into this blind not really knowing what the results would be. I can honestly say I enjoyed shooting all the optics. And again, I hope I gave enough information for you to draw your own conclusion on what fits your needs best. Feel free to leave a comment, a question, like, subscribe, and I'll be planning to do future videos of other comparisons out there as well as just general reviews. That's all I have for today, guys. Thanks for watching.